That's what we on. We out here on self-fulfillment, and we hide behind the term Black Hollywood.
Do you think even being a black man that has maybe interfered with your trajectory in your career?
That's a great question.
I'll say, I'm assuming heterosexual black male at that. Does that, you think, interfere at times?
That's a great question. I think that my ideas and my portrayal of a black heterosexual male has possibly hindered my career to a degree. But I mean, in the same breath, I did a show called Anger Management where I played a gay man with Charlie Sheen.
Okay.
So I don't really discriminate or, deliberate between being a black male, a white man, an Asian man. I feel like what my goal is I want people to be able to look at my career, look at a role that I've played, listen to a song that I've wrote, and be able to put themselves in those shoes. And that's what I go for. I think that a lot of times we allow our pride to get the best of us as black men because we've been beat up for so long. And we've had to scrap and scratch and scrape.
Right. You took a deep breath. Is that you just reflecting on?
Yeah. I was just having a conversation with a really good friend of mine who's a really talented actor and comedian. And you guys know him. I was just saying that we were speaking just this morning on how difficult it is for us to even throw each other bones in this game. We get on a show, and we get something going, and we don't even think about each other because it's just programmed. Now, for me, it's different.
Okay.
For me, I'm thinking about now with that statement I just made, all the brothers who I've helped get a SAG card. And for those of you who don't know what SAG is, it's the Screen Actors Guild. And back when, all you had to do was say a line, and you get something that was called a Taft-Hartley waiver for the day. And if you paid the fees and paid the dues, you could get into the union. And I'm thinking, with quite a few, and I don't need a pat on the back for doing that. I'm just saying that if more of us understood that there's so much more to eat when all of us can bring something to the table,
right?
We probably would look at the table a lot different.
What do you think that is? Because there's that conversation of Black Hollywood, and we kind of lightly touched on that.
I don't believe in Black Hollywood.
Okay.
I don't anymore. There's no Black Hollywood.
You say anymore. So what moment happened that made you say, yo, I don't believe in it anymore?
Well, I think that what happened was it became every man for themselves. And I think that there was a marketplace and there was a genre of entertainment where black people needed to be serviced. And so we weren't seeing enough of ourselves. We weren't seeing images that we could relate to. So it forced us to go and create these images. Now, once again, fine line between art and commerce.
Okay.
You have to learn how to walk it. You have to learn how to breathe it. You have to learn how to be it if you're talking about success.
Okay.
There were roles that were created that the distribution companies could take and benefit and profit from. So you got your pimp, you got your cop, you got your robber, you got your drug dealer, you got all these things that we look back and now you see the Mac. You see Superfly. You see the athlete. Everything that could be fit into this model or mold that could be taken and used for profit is what we were allowed to produce.
Right.
And so there are great directors who we don't even talk about today, which is a sin, like Melvin Van Peebles.
Okay.
Sweet, sweet back. I mean, how could you not?
Right.
You know, I mean, how could you not study this man's work and see what he did? If it was no Melvin Van Peebles, there would be no Earth, Wind, and Fire. Because he is the one that opened up the door for Maurice White to put his music in his films.
Wow.
And that's what I'm saying when I say Black Hollywood.
That was Black Hollywood.
That was Black Hollywood, man. It wasn't about me doing something so I can go buy a Rolls Royce. It wasn't about me doing something so I could, you know, have a mansion. You know, guys like Stan Lathan.
Robert Townsend. I mean, they were doing something because they knew that it was a community. It was a tribe. And so, you know, you look at Robert, Keenan Ivory Wayans came out of that camp. Damon Wayans came out of that camp. I mean, I could go on and on. Right.
You know, Roy Fagan came out of that camp. I mean, it's so much, you know, that was just a wealth, a plethora of greatness that was produced.
Right. We had Ari Spears. We ran into him in Atlanta, and he kind of was responding to a comedian that was criticizing some comments that he made, but he kind of ended it on of like Adam Sandler. You see how Adam moves.
Exactly. That's my point. That's Hollywood.
That's Hollywood.
That's Hollywood. That's what it is. And, you know, until we learn how to go back to doing that, until we learn how to put our egos to the side and say, you know what, I'm going to put you in this and not worry about if I shine. And not worry about you coming in this project and looking better than me. And not worry about what you gonna get because of what I gave you. There'll be no Black Hollywood. All it'll be is us out here just doing stuff.
Right, and that's what you feel we on now.
That's what we on. We out here on self-fulfillment and we hide behind the term Black Hollywood.